Hi everyone, we're back in the session. We've fixed the technical issue. Stas, back over to you, mate, and hopefully we can get you back in now.
Thank you, Adam. I'll start over then. Can everyone hear me now? So let's start off. Hello, my name is Stas Zaslavsky. I am a co-founder and CEO of VIA Events, a SaaS 3D virtual and hybrid events platform from Israel, Tel Aviv. I'm an experienced company manager, entrepreneur, and a digital marketing expert with a technical background. During my career, I have mainly focused on business strategy and marketing with a proven record since 2007. I established multiple successful companies as 1V, a boutique digital marketing agency, Triple D Illustration, a leading 3D agency operating worldwide, a cooking studio in the heart of Tel Aviv, a 1,000 square meter cooking center. And since 2020, I solely focused on my latest startup in the event industry, VIA Events. Before I start, I want to mention that you can place your questions in the Q&A chat, and at the end of my presentation, I'll do my best to answer as many questions as possible. Let's dive in. With the help of tech platforms, virtual events generate thousands of data records. Imagine a small-scale virtual event with more than 500 attendees, with dozens of different assets like videos and presentations. Each interaction with such key point produces a data entry for each attendee. Even in small-scale events, it produces a ton of records and information. To generate leads from these activities and data, event organizer need to respond in real time on a personal level to each attendee. Without a marketing automation tool, it's like us looking on a wall with graphs and notes, focusing on the right element at any given moment. It's just impossible. TMI, too much information. With the help of marketing automation tools, we create funnels and scoring through all that information and draw insight. Based on that insight, the attendee journey analysis, it produces a relevant, personalized response to each attendee at the right time. The idea behind this session is to help corporates and SMBs companies to realize that they can turn their virtual and hybrid events into a powerful tool to generate leads and promote business 365 days a year. We will be discussing problems and topics like how to implement a community strategy around your events, how to maximize registrations, how to generate qualified leads on B2B events during the event and post-event, and how to build an automated lead generation process that works for you and not vice versa. We'll be discussing tools like Marketo, Eloqua, Hubspot, Mailchimp. Those are marketing automation tools that help you smartly automate the process of your all digital activities. And Mixpanel, a big data analytical tool that you can use to turn all your data into insight in real time. One of the costly steps of an event, and crucial both for the success of the event and lead generation aspects, is the registration of attendees. The more relevant attendees you bring to the event, the more leads you will produce. I'm not speaking about lead conversion percentages and engagement level. They have a huge role to play. For the sake of this example, let's assume the two events are identical. One has 500 attendees and the other one have 2,000. It is simple mathematics of conversion rate. The second event will produce more leads. Bringing attendees in is a complex and costly process. That's why it is wise to build a community around your events and be in touch with your attendees 365 days a year. This way, it is much easier to bring them into your next event. Another good reason to implement such a strategy is that many of the attendees drop and don't come on arrive at their convenience at a later time. Not neglecting them is another good reason to build a community around your event, so they will not miss out and you will not miss out on them. Lastly, you have produced such amazing content. Throwing that precious content one day after the event is just a crime. Instead, you can reuse it, turning your event into a knowledge center, continuously nurture and generate leads. Take in mind that some leads take time to convert. A community is a perfect way to keep those leads under close observation. There are four main stages and steps in the event as a community strategy: pre-event, event, post-event, and VOD mode. I'll go into short overview of each step on how best to use marketing automation tools to help automate and improve the process. Pre-event. During this step, you prepare for your upcoming event. My recommendation is to start this process at least 6 to 8 weeks before the event. If you want to have everything planned adequately, you don't need to rush this step. Otherwise, it will not optimize your event results. During this step, you'll focus on new attendees registration. Audience segmentation is crucial for marketing automation. You need to know each of your attendees to push for the best results. The first step toward marketing automation is making sure all your attendees are kept within your marketing automation tool, using embedded forms or other integration methods supported by your event tech platform. You can use any automation tools that is available at your organization. Embedded forms is a basic function that all automation tools have. However, if you don't have automation tool in your organization, you can easily adopt Mailchimp, the simplest and cheapest compared to Marketo, Eloqua, or Hubspot. On the other side, Marketo, Eloqua, and Hubspot have much more automation and much advanced segmentations, and automated flows might come in handy in a more complex automation tasks. Your audience segmentation is a crucial step. The more micro-segmentation you create, the more personalized communication and automatic scoring you can implement down the line. Some of the segmentation can be done fully automatically, and some will require manual segmentation. There is a delicate balance between information you ask the attendee to provide on the registration form and what information you will collect manually or at later phase added due to attendees' engagement during the event. Too long forms will result in fewer registrations. Too short forms will require you to analyze each attendee manually and segment them. Segmentation that I recommend to have. If you are targeting a specific target strategic companies, you can segment them into a separate group. Roles and titles, and use those to create segmentation based on their area of expertise. For example, marketing via sales and their seniority, for example, C-level executives, are definitely a segment you want to create. Another segmentation is the point of interest in your event. What content might be interesting to the attendee. Some tips now. On your forms, use drop-downs or auto-complete questions, and don't use open questions, or at least low possible options. This way, it will be easier for you to create segmentation automatically. Create custom fields that are not a part of the registration forms. Go to high-profile attendees, do a little research on them on LinkedIn or their website. Add that custom information to those fields. That will require a not small amount of work, but it pays off greatly. Setting KPIs. You need to envision how success would look like to achieve it. Saying I want attendees to download every asset on every session and visit every booth is irrelevant, illogical KPI. You mainly will attract bots, or worse, people who come to win an iPad or some other giveaway that you promised at your event. I will be not covering KPIs, as it is not a part of an automation process I'm discussing in this session, but it is vital to set the right and measurable KPIs at your events. Mapping a key engagement interaction activities on your event is essential. First, you need to understand how a hot lead looks like and acts like during the event. And no, clicking on Contact Me button or clicking on any possible asset and participating in every session doesn't necessarily mean it's a qualified lead or a good lead at all. You need to define if a certain action is a meaningful one and score that action accordingly in an automated process applied during the event. For reference, if an attendee viewed a buyer's guide video or brochure, it is not the same as him looking at some introduction about a service white paper. You can understand intent based on an action context, and asset content. There is a need to understand in which phase that attendee is now. Is it initial discovery, or is actively ready to buy or acquire your services or your company services? A combination of several actions usually results in lead marked as qualified. Setting up automated funnels, preparing personalized communication for each funnel is the next step. And I'm not speaking about putting the attendee's name in the email. Hi, Adam, thank you for registering for our event. Personalized communications is much more than just putting the name of the recipient in the email. It will be best if you thought about the attendee value. Think about why they registered for your event and what messages are important to highlight to bring them most value. Remember, value first. At this step, we will use custom fields and audio segmentation that you created in the previous step. The more segmentation and custom fields you have done, the more personalized communication you can produce. Let's review this example. First, let's view the subject line. Added the recipient company name, subject line, and the main reason to attend to the event. That will bring him the most interest. This is intended to draw attention and drive interest to open and read the email. Sender. It is advised to send the email from a person in an organization that the recipient knows. This way, it will feel more personal than sending from a generic info email. Automatically, you can change the sender automatically via most marketing automation tools, depending on the criteria or a custom field. In other cases, for example, a Mailchimp, you will need to create several same communications and groups and group them by a different sender. Important, very important message. Make sure to whitelist the email and the domain with the automation tool. Otherwise, the emails might go to spam or be marked as a fraud risk. We don't want to do that. A body, include the name of the recipient and their company name. You can use their job title and industry to make it more personalized. This gives a touch that you know them and what they do. So give them customized motivation lines, using custom fields, and convince them what it will be beneficial for them to take action and what that you want them to take, what value it will bring. Recommend them a specific session or 2 sessions at your event that you think that might be relevant to them during the event. Don't tell them to scroll through the agenda to find the session they like. They might eventually do it. But on the other hand, if you recommend 1 or 2 sessions that might be a good fit for them, they'll go and scroll and check your entire event agenda. Make sure to add a link to save the date and the session. Additionally, if it's a high-profile attendee, like a C-level executive or a potential buyer, you want to add an invite to a personal meeting with your executives. Select the right executive and give a link to a scheduled meeting with him at the email. Good communication can be designed or look like a straightforward email, like in this example. In some cases, it even works better and feels more personal than a designed communication. Keep in mind to include 1 or at the most 2 call for actions in the email. Creating too many call for actions will result in lower engagement. The recipient may feel there is a lot to do with this email and it doesn't worth it. And let's be honest, it happens. Or the person will say, I want to save it for a later time, and will never check it. It also happens. I would recommend building communication with multiple emails, adjusted by information and segmentation available on Attendees. It sounds like a lot of work, but when you start to implementing it, it goes much faster than it looks when you start, and it pays greatly when you get the positive results for your labor. The communication plan can get additional automation and be defined by recipients' actions done in a previous email. Whenever they opened it, clicked the link, scheduled a meeting with you, or subscribe to a session that you recommended. If the event is 6 weeks away, plan your communication accordingly, no more than once a week. My advice: to send 5 emails. Invite to register for an event if the contact hasn't registered to an event yet. Thank you for registration with a call for action, like setting a one-on-one meeting or checking a specific session. Response email to his action in the previous mail. Fourth, remind to join to the event 2 or 4 days before the event. And the last one, reminder to join on the event day. You can send additional emails post-event as ongoing strategy. We will discuss it in the later slides. Don't send unnecessary emails. Don't send too many emails. Don't spam your contacts. Think of value first approach. Many things happening on the event day. A lot of pressure to ensure everything is going accordingly to plan. However, if you selected the right platform, planned, rehearsed, and executed, the execution phase should go smoothly, and you will not to worry about the execution at the event day. Instead, focus on attendees' journey. Generate hot leads, drive meaningful conversation with relevant and potential attendees, and convert them to leads and deals. To do that, you need a way to monitor key high-profile attendees in real time. As long as your tech platform supports real-time integration to marketing automation tools, you can set some email alerts addressed to your sales and executives. For example, informing them about key points or activities that the high-valued attendee is performing, making sure the right person contact them at the right time. However, some tech platforms don't support such integration, or it's too costly. Furthermore, in big event cases where there are thousands of attendees, this might not be possible due to restraints by marketing automation tools, limiting the number of API calls per minute and usually have a hard limit per day. Additionally, you might want to prevent bombardment of sales team with such notification, as they eventually will ignore them altogether. My advice, have a dedicated team or a person to monitor the key attendees' journey. Such a person or a team can flag attendees that qualify to a meeting, passing the information to the right person in your organization. Some platforms have built-in journey analytics, included in their tech. However, it's usually very basic and requires manual tracking or just giving a macro overview instead of focusing on a personal attendee journey. That's why I highly recommend using Mixpanel. Mixpanel is a business analytical service company. It tracks user interaction in almost real time, allowing you to easily view attendee journey in real time to create a fully personalized dashboard with all key interactions. Mixpanel is easy to use with enormous level of customizations, filters allowing you to draw insight from event big data with no time. It is also really affordable in terms of dozens or to $100 per month, depending on the event audience data size regarding the number of records per attendee. To use it in your events, you need to make sure that your event tech has a real-time integration with Mixpanel. This is the moment when the pressure drops. Catching your breath. You will move now to the analysis phase. It is of top importance to start this process ASAP, following the event, and finish it within a day or two, so that you will reach attendees with a proper marketing communication plan while they're still under impression and excitement of your event. During the analysis, it is vital not just to review all the analytical results of the attendees' behavior during the event, but view your asset engagement results, how each asset engagement perform independently, what session worked, what doesn't. You need to understand what type of content resonate with your audience to improve the ongoing marketing effort and do it on your next event. You need to update the segmentation of your attendees based on scoring result, action and engagement they had during the event, information and insight you gained from the one-on-one meeting with the attendees. Create a separate segmentation for people that didn't attend the event. Then you can use this segmentation for remarketing the event content for them. In some cases, it is even advised to host another micro event just for them, the attendees that missed the event, replaying the most exciting sessions live, and have another day for networking just for them. Now that you have so much information about different engagement levels, you can segment your leads into their stage in a funnel. Are they initial discovery mode, or they're actively looking to buy a solution? Suppose your company presented multiple different solutions for different verticals during the event. In this case, you can now segment your audience by exact solution they were interested in during the event. Go back to your event KPIs and check if you achieve them. Measure your success and create long-term KPIs for ongoing marketing strategy of your community. Once you completed all the segmentation, send personalized communication to your attendees based on a newly created segmentation and analysis. Build an expectation with them. Give them a reason to check your event regularly for updates and a reason to stay in touch. You can tell that you're going to add a content regularly, that the networking features will be available through the entire year to maximize the value for them. You can announce an upcoming webinar based on their interest and that you will host on the platform and give them a save the date option. The email should summarize their experience during the event, inform them about your plan for building a community around your event, give them a call for action, what they should do next. Some emails I advise to prepare and send. Email to registrants who have missed the event, email to attendees in the discovery stage, email to attendees in a sales ready stage, and email to high profile attendees. VOD mode. Don't turn your VOD event mode into a graveyard where content will die. Instead, treat your event VOD mode as a knowledge center or a showroom, like a precious resource. Continue ongoing weekly or monthly analysis and segmentation. Make an effort to learn and understand your audience. Try to add and update content regularly. Add new live sessions once a week or once a month. If your company hosts webinar, host them on your event platform. Instead of having your sales meeting on Zoom or Teams, your daily meetings can be hosted on your event platform environment. This way, they will add new content in your event environment and create an additional level of engagement after a session. Promote networking, and special networking days bring community together. Create value for the attendees. That value in turn will generate leads for your company. Implementing all steps in the right way will build a community around your events. Of course, that applies to virtual and hybrid events in the same way. Having a community around your events will generate leads on the day of the event and continue to generate more leads 365 days a year. Additionally, suppose you stayed in touch with your attendees all year through. In that case, it will be easier dramatically for you to bring them to your next event. Grow your attendee audience over time and generate more leads as a result. To sum it up, build a community strategy around your events, use marketing automation segmentation of your audience, and build personalized communication plans before the event and after the event. Keep close eye on a real-time personalized analytics of the attendees journey. Create notification emails to your team during the event to keep their attention on the right person. Remarket your event for registrants that missed it. Repurpose your content and platform capabilities to continuously generate leads through the year. Analyze your event data and turn it into an actionable insight. So I want to thank you. Thank you for your time and participating in my session. I would like to thank the Event Tech Live for giving me this opportunity to speak at this event. I think we don't have enough time to answer questions, so unfortunately, you can try and catch me on the platform and have a meeting with me, and I'll happily answer to all your questions following this session. So feel free to contact me. If you don't have an event tech platform yet for your upcoming virtual events or hybrid events, we will gladly show you our demo and guide you to turn your events into a community that drives your business forward. Even if you already have a platform tech vendor, please feel free to book a meeting with me or contact our company. We will gladly help out. We provide value first. Have a great evening, everyone. Whenever you are, enjoy this amazing event, and thank you.
Stas, you're not getting away that easily, mate. I've got one question for you. I think we've got time for one question. It's going to be the most important question you've got today. What is the best marketing automation platform in your opinion?
Thank you. Very, very interesting question. So it has a lot of layers of different aspects that you need to consider. I prefer prefer the platform is Marketo, but is on one hand very expensive and very complex. If you're a small company, SMB, you probably better go with Mailchimp, grow and understand how it works because it's more basic. But as you grow, you can move either to Marketo, HubSpot, Eloqua. They're all great. It's different pricing, different features, so you'll need to consider better to consult your marketing automation expert.
Awesome, fantastic. Thank you very much, mate. For those questions that we didn't get to, as Stas says, reach out to him directly. I'm sure he's more than happy to help. He'll happily share his slides with you. I'm sure we'll be sharing slides with anybody that wants them as well afterwards. Stas, once again, thank you very much. And for the attendees, we'll see you in the next session.
Thank you, Adam, for your time, and good luck, everyone.